Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, praises due to Allah, the Lord of the world, the creator of all things in the universe, the one who has been giving me some mercies and blessing, so I was able to complete this research assignment of pragmatic. Husnul Khotimah. In this occasion, I would like to present a research of pragmatic under the title Analyzes the Violations of Maxim Based on WhatsApp Chat. In this presentation, I will explain the background of the research, then the reason why I choose the data source and example of maxim violation found in casual conversation, especially in WhatsApp chat based on the theory of rich cooperation principle. So without further ado, let's begin with the background of the research. Okay, background. The reason why I choose this maxim data research because I found that maxim violation occur frequently in everyday conversations, especially in digital communication such as chatting on WhatsApp. These violations often reflects deeper meaning than intentions and cultural values that go beyond literal language. By analyzing WhatsApp conversations, I am to explore how people violate Greek maxim, whether to be humorous, polite, sarcastic, or indirect without causing misunderstanding. This data reveals how pragmatic theory is used in everyday interactions and helps us to better understand how meaning is constructed through context, not just words. By analyzing this WhatsApp conversation, I hope can provide valuable insight into how people communicate today, where implied meaning after plays a bigger role than direct expressions. Okay, next, violation of maxim quantity. I will read the conversation first. Teh Nunu lamun aya jajanan nitip. Then answer nya. In this conversation, there is a violation of the quantity maxim. This maxim says that we should give enough information, not too much and not too little. When Ani said, Teh Nunu lamun aya jajanan nitip, she was asking Husnul to buy her a snack if there was any. This kind of message needs a clear answer, like okay or what do you want or sorry I can't. But there was not just answer nya. This reply is too short and unclear. It's not just it's not clear whether agreed, understood, or refused because it gives less information than needed. It breaks the quantity maxim. Okay, next violation. Still violation of maxim quantity. Okay. Anis, naon? Udah nyampe? Masih di jalan? Ke kondangan naik apa? Then she said, naik Grab mobil berlima sama Grace, Rindu, Najwa sama Layla. This conversation is a violation of maxim quantity. This maxim say we should give just the right amount of information, not too much and not too little. When Husnul asked ke kondangan naik apa, the question only need a short answer like naik Grab berlima naik Grab gitu, naik Grab mobil atau naik Grab aja gitu. But Anis answered naik mobil Grab berlima sama Grace, Rindu, Najwa dan Laila. Her answer gave too much detail by mentioning all the names, even though Husnul didn't ask for that. Unless the question was kamu pergi sama siapa, this extra information was not needed. So Anis gave more information than necessary, and that breaks the quantity maxim. Okay, next. Still violation of maxim quantity. Uy, Anis, apa teh? Gitu. Gimana tadi pas ke depan, bisa enggak? Dan si answer sedikit, terus gimana? Gitu doang, cerita kayak ya gitu capek banget teh, capek pengen tidur capek pengen tidur aduh. This conversation is violation of maxim quantity because Anis' answer is too short and does not provide enough information. When asked about test experience, Anis only answered sedikit and then ya gitu without explaining what happened or how the test, the atmosphere was, or the reason why she can't, even though the question expected a more complete explanation since the information provided is less than what needed in the context. This is a violation of quantity maxim. Okay, next. Violation of maxim relation. Anis, naon teh? Dimana? Umi nanyain biasalah, hehehe. Yang benar. Ini main dulu ke kosan temen teh. This conversation is include to violation of maxim relation because the answer given is not directly related to the question. When Husnul asked di mana, Umi nanyain what was needed was information about Anis' location at that time. However, Anis answered with biasalah, which is an irrelevant and evasive answer. It doesn't provide any information. Through after that, Anis give a relevant answer with said ini main dulu ke kosan teman. The violation occurred because the initial response had already left the main topic being discussed. Okay, next. The violation of maxim relation. Still maxim relation. Teh, hari engke sore jadina naon? Iya sok bahasa Arab, I say. Ari kamu di mana? Sejadi ketang tunduh teh high spidol teu kelas sabaraha ieu teh. Tidur mah nanti kan sorry. Kelas sabaraha ieu teh? Nah, In this conversation, there is a violation of maxim relation. This maxim must that the answer should be relevant to the question. When Husnul asked, "Adik kamu di mana?" She Husnul want to know Anis' location, but Anis answered, "Terjadi ketang and tundu and say tundu." This answer are not related to the question. She doesn't tell where the location, but talk about something else, because the answers of topic it's break the relation maxim. Okay, next. Violation maxim of manner. Teh, kalau ada cowok yang baik agamanya, pekerja keras, DLL, tapi secara fisik be aja gimana? And I'm answer, gak kenapa-napa, terima aja. Yang penting kan nomor satu tuh baik agamanya. Emang kenal di mana sih? Itu anak Banin, kakak kelasnya teman aku, yang nanyain udah punya calon belum. Oh, yang ketua BEM ya. Tapi kamu suka, entah karakternya mirip Ian, orangnya be aja, gak jelek juga, tapi gak cakep juga. Ih, gimana sih? In this conversation, there is a violation maxim of manner. This maxim told that we should speak clearly, simple, and in an organized way. When I asked, "Kamu suka?" tapi the question needed a clear answer, like iya or enggak, or a short reason, but the reply was entah karakternya mirip Ian, orangnya be aja, gak jelek tapi gak cakep juga. This answer is confusing and not straight to the point. It makes opinions about character, looks, and comparison, but doesn't clearly say yes or no, because okay, sorry. Yes or no, because the answer is unclear and messy. It breaks the manner of maxim. Okay, next. Still violation maxim of manner. Teh, di Borma? Enggak, mau beli cilok. Nitip sama kue nu manis teh. Siga neksar atau sari gandum atau naon weh? Naon atau yang jelas? Nya pokoknya cookies weh. In this conversation, there is a violation maxim of manner. This maxim told that we should speak clearly and not make the message confusing. Anis said, "Nitip sama kue nu manis teh, si Ganing Star atau sari gandum atau naon weh." Then add nya pokoknya mah cookies weh. Her request is not clear. She mentioned many options and used vague words like naon weh, atau bebas apa aja, and pokoknya cookies weh, which don't explain exactly what she wants, like that. Because the message is unclear and hard to understanding, Husnul got confused and replied, "Naon atuh yang bener, yang jelas." Sorry. Naon atuh yang jelas. Uh, so Anis' unclear way of asking break the manner maxim. Okay, next, violation maxim of manner. Masih maxim of manner ya. Wait. Teh, uy, pe, apaan? Besok ikut acara kan? Gimana ya? Nggak tahu lah gimana, besok aja deh. Lah, kok gimana besok sih? Gitu. This conversation includes the violation maxim of manner because when Husnul's answer that is gimana ya, nggak tahu lah gimana besok deh, was delivered in unclear, wordly and indirect manner. Maxim of manner requires speakers to speak in a way that is easy to understanding, clear, concise, and not confusing. In this context, Anis asked a question that required a definite answer whether to participate or not. However, Husnul instead gave a hesitant and instructed response, making it difficult for the interlocutor to understand her. What is this? Her decision. Therefore, the utterance violates the participle principle of clarity in the maxim of manner. Okay, next. Still maxim of manner. Nis, kamu jadi daftar ke BIS enggak? Nis, kamu jadi daftar ke BIS itu enggak? Bandung Islamic School. That mean. Udah sih, tapi gimana ya? Tadi malahan ikutan tesnya tuh, tapi ya gitu deh. Nggak tau lah, yang penting mah udah nyoba aja. Kok gitu? Pasrah gitu. In this conversation, there is a violation maxim of manner. This maxim says that we should speak clearly and directly. When Husnul ask Nis, kamu jadi daftar ke BIS itu enggak? Anis replied, udah sih, tapi gimana ya? Tapi malahan tadi malahan ikutan tesnya tuh, tapi ya nggak tahu deh. Tapi ya gitu deh, nggak tahu lah. Nah, here her answer unclear and messy. She didn't say clearly what happened or how she felt. Then she add. Yang penting udah nyoba aja. Which is still vague. Because the answer is not clear or not direct, it makes the listener confused. That's why this breaks the manner maxim. Okay, the last, still violation maxim of manner. Anis, rencana kamu mau daftar beasiswa ke Al Azhar teh gimana? Then she answer, kayaknya nggak tahun ini deh, soalnya masih mikir-mikir gitu. Sama mau ngabdi dulu juga di DT. Nanti deh kalau udah yakin banget baru daftar, kalau sekarang mah masih bimbang gitu. Gitu teh gitu. Oh alah, nah tuh masih bingung, masih bimbang, masih bingung, masih mikir-mikir gitu, masih mikir-mikir sih. Astagfirullah. This conversation is violation maxim of manner because honest answer is given in indirect, wordly, and unclear way, making it hard for Husnu to understanding her main point. According to Grich in Yuli 1996, the maxim of manner tells speakers to speak clearly, in order, and without confusion. Any sentence like kayaknya nggak tahun ini deh, soalnya masih mikir-mikir gitu. Soalnya masih mikir-mikir gitu. And nanti deh kalau udah yakin banget baru daftar. Show adapt and uncertainly. She also said sama mau ngabdi dulu juga di DT, but didn't explain it clearly. Husnul asked for a clear decision whether Anis would register or not, but Anis' answer didn't give a direct or clear response, so this breaks the maxim of manner. Okay, the conclusion. The conclusion of this research about maxim violation in WhatsApp conversation between the researcher and her friend shows that violations of maxim quantity, maxim relation, and maxim manner often happen in daily chats. Quantity maxim was violated when someone gave too much or too little information, making the message unclear. Relation maxim was broken when replies were off topic, causing confusion. And then manner maxim was violated when the message was unclear, messy, or confusing, so the listener didn't understand the speaker's meaning. From the data, the most common violation found the maxim of manner. This shows that even friendly or casual conversation, people often break this maxim without realizing it, and this can affect how well the message is understood. Well, the message is understood. Okay, we have seen that violation of maxims such as quantity, relation, and manner often occur in everyday conversation, including casual chat on WhatsApp. This violation may happen this violation may happen unintentionally, but they still affect how messages are understood by others. I hope this presentation has given you a clear understanding of how pragmatic theories, especially Greece cooperative principle, and can apply to real life communication. Thank you very much for your nice attention. I truly appreciate uh, I truly appreciate your time and interest. Maybe just that from me. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.